On October 21st, 2023, Fidias would post, "I travelled across Japan for free." But little did he know that this would end up on every single news article, becoming dislike bombed by over 100,000 people and having an entire country permanently hating you. But this isn't the first bit of drama that Fidias has found himself in, because back in July of 2022, he posted the video, "I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country." And right off the bat, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. That is, until you immediately get blasted with the Mr. Beastification editing style, and the fact that he made it into a challenge as if it would have been hard to be there. Fidias then goes on to brag about how cheap everything is there.
1,000, $1 is 2,000.
You got 50 cents? Haircut.
Actually,
Yeah.
60 seconds my whole life. Finally something I can afford.
He then proceeds to go on and invade a random person's house, showing us the poor quality of how they are living, and all this is happening whilst a timer continuously pops up at the top of the screen, showing us how long of the challenge he has left. I wouldn't even go as far to call this a challenge, because when you think about how long 100 hours is, it's realistically just an extra long weekend, but he's getting paid to be there regardless. One of the worst features, however, is the thumbnail, as we see Fidias surrounded by the children in the center, all with the Mr. Beast font down the bottom saying day 4. But this wasn't actually the original thumbnail, as he had to change it from this because of the immense backlash, and with one glance, it's pretty obvious as to why nobody was a fan of it. Fidias can be seen doing this pose, which seems like he's flexing on the poor children, alongside a user calling him out on Twitter. I think what makes it more horrifying and hilarious, that I looked closer and he legit photoshopped more children in there that weren't actually in the original image, and the children that were looked absolutely disgusted by him. Circled in blue are shocked definitely, but that's not even the worst tweet, as Keemstar himself posted, "YouTube content is trash now," whilst another person pointed out, "How do you make that thumbnail and be like, yeah, that's good?" Which is a good point, but doesn't compare anywhere near to the Japan video he posted recently, which has gotten him into such trouble that both videos he has posted since then haven't received one single nice comment. This time the video actually seems genuinely interesting, as no one else has attempted to do this type of content. But the way Fidias created the video was outright illegal. Fidias begins by simply asking an innocent man for some money to catch the bus.
So I asked a stranger to give me some money.
Oh my god, I love you, I love you! Yes.
But once he had to get off the bus was where the trouble started. The driver asked for 680 yen, but Fidias only had 600 to give him, to which the driver began getting angry and ultimately locked him in the bus and drove him to the police station.
Get off?
Yes.
680. Yeah.
6. Only,
Six.
only this.
80.
No, no, man.
80.
No.
Police.
No, no.
Come on, a police station. 80 yen.
I don't know what he's saying. I think I got in trouble, guys.
I couldn't believe it. He locked me in the bus and drove me to the police station just because I was 80 yen short.
Not only did Fidias interrupt the driver's day, but everyone else that was on board had to go out of their way to deal with the situation. Now, the reasoning for this is because the rules in Japan are much different to everywhere else in the world, and they won't let anyone slack off because everybody there is so honest. In fact, it ranks at the 17th most trustworthy country in the world, and the 6th best country overall. Once Fidias had been held up at the police station for over 5 hours, the police had eventually gotten fed up with him, and they paid the fine of the remaining 80 yen to the bus driver. Now, keep in mind that this was all over 83 cents, so that's how big of a deal it is in Japan. You would think that Fidias would have learnt his lesson by spending 5 hours in a police station, but it's only 2 minutes later that he tries to get away with sneaking onto a train this time and hiding in the toilet for the entire trip.
So I'm entering the train and I will find the toilet and go straight to the toilet. Here is the bathroom. I will just lock myself the whole time in the bathroom.
Once Fidias arrives at his destination, he ends up getting out of the toilet, but unluckily for him, the ticket inspector seems to be right outside, waiting for him, and forces him off the train. Fidias pretends to be sick, and then decides to run away before the police could get to him, but that's not even the worst part, because Fidias goes on to do it again for a third time, not long after. When the video ends up coming to a conclusion, Fidias ends up winning the quote $10,000 that he said in the beginning of the video, but never actually shows proof of the money, so it's pretty obvious that there was no money involved. So as soon as the video went live, the hate instantly began flowing in, so Fidias had to leave a comment reading, "Hello beautiful people. I apologize to the Japanese people if we made them feel bad. That was not our goal. From now on, I am going to make more research to the cultures we go to and try to prevent this from happening again. I love you all," which is the fakest apology anyone has written. As you can tell, absolutely none of that came from the heart, and he is only apologizing because of the backlash that he was receiving. This video has since been taken down for obvious reasons, but on a re-upload, the comments are still just as harsh. Thank you for leaving the evidence of his criminal records in the internet. I can't believe I actually thought Fidias was a good guy, but he just exposed himself for being a liar and lost all my respect. But it's not just YouTube that now hate him. His Twitter is seeing just as bad reactions, even from a verified Japanese account asking to apologize. But it seems like Fidias just generally doesn't care, as his recent 2 uploads have received significantly less views than beforehand, and with both having way more dislikes than likes, it seems to be that Fidias really has disrupted his entire channel due to one singular video. Building her career off content that isn't even hers, doxing Jack's films live to over 5 million people, being arrested on 2 separate occasions, accusing Aziland of ripping off her identity entirely, and making millions of dollars off of other people's work. This is the entire storyline as to how SSSniperWolf, or Leah, has instantly become YouTube's most hated creator, and it doesn't start on the current 34 million subscriber channel. It, in fact, started over a decade ago in 2010 on a separate channel which was primarily focused on gameplay content, and her first bit of online success was beef with another gamer who she claimed had faked gameplay, but little did we know that this would be the most hypocritical thing she would say, because after quote exposing Girl Gone Gamer for having pre-recorded gameplay or having someone else play for her would end up backfiring, as she was exposed for doing exactly that. Her boyfriend at the time, Evan, or also known as Sausage, would go as far to write a script for SSSniperWolf to read out in front of the camera, whilst Sausage would do absolutely everything else from channel management to video editing to filming, but they ultimately agreed to split the money from the channel 50-50, seeing as Leah was the initial face of the SSSniperWolf brand. This was only the first of many controversies that she was in throughout her 13-year run on YouTube, but only recently this year has she claimed the title of the world's worst YouTuber. SSSniperWolf's recent content consists of scrolling on her TikTok For You page, picking out whatever has millions of views, and reacting to it, which is about as low as you can get. So Jack's Films decided to talk about it in a video called SSSniperWolf, where he would go on to make fun of Leah's content.
So I recently stumbled across an entry.
Looking at the subscriber count now, it's obvious that there were hundreds of thousands of people that agreed that SSSniperWolf wasn't really a content creator in the first place. On a tweet by YouTube creators, they said, "Where does SSSniperWolf get video ideas from? Her fans," to which Jack would cover the whole drama in a video titled, "Let's TT Talk About SSSniperWolf."
Have you ever read a tweet that broke your brain? Because this broke mine. This is the official YouTube creators account on Twitter, with over 6 million followers, acknowledging SniperWolf as a keynote speaker at last month's VidCon, claiming she gets her ideas from her fans. Now, there are several things wrong with this tweet, like why is she a keynote speaker at VidCon? Why is YouTube creators bolstering this? But the worst thing about the tweet is this: getting video ideas from her fans. What ideas? Quite literally, all she does is upload other people's TikToks. How is that an idea? What am I not getting here? Do her fans comment, here's an idea, you should react to more TikToks? And she goes, damn, that's crazy.
Jack also talks about the fair use factor and how her content isn't transformative at all, but the main factor of the video is when Jack tweeted, I invented reacting to other people's TikToks, anyone else is copying me, which was obviously mocking Leah, to which she responded with, wow, I can't stand that a female YouTuber is getting more views than me, even though I make the same content. Grr, life is hard. Then posted a follow-up tweet trying to put Jack as the victim by stating, also, I hate bringing gender into this, but no one ever attacks the male react channels. And then Jack shut her down instantly with,
well, no, 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 and no.
Then on the 14th of September 2023 was when the legal documents went live of Leah's old gaming channel being exposed for being entirely fake, and the YouTuber by the name Mad Catster
Aloha
explained everything perfectly, which in this internet anarchist video he reads out.
The concept of behind the SSSniperWolf YouTube channel was that Young, Leah's ex-husband, would play video games such as Call of Duty and or Metal Gear Rising and record gameplay. Young would then prepare a script for each recording, for Shailesh, aka SniperWolf, to read on camera while acting as though she was playing the recorded video game footage. According to the lawsuit, Young's involvement in the channel later extended past playing games, and quote, was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations of SSSniperWolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to concept origination and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research.
And after all these legal documents had gone live, this is when Leah would perform the worst act on YouTube history. On the 13th of October 2023, SSSniperWolf would post to her Instagram story, should I go visit at Jack's Films? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. But then, without any hesitation, she would go on to film the outside of Jack's Films house, leaking the address to well over 5 million Instagram followers and for the entire world to see. This happened to be at the exact same time that Jack was inside his house live streaming, and this is how he found out.
What? She's literally right outside your house.
Oh my god!
This is happening right now. Call the police. Actually.
Wait, what?
Call the police.
No, there's a video.
She's outside your house right now.
What the
She literally
on her
posted a
Instagram.
video on her story 5 minutes ago.
I'm recording.
Oh my god, she
Yeah.
is. She's outside her house.
Record this right now.
Doxing you. Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, no, this is.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
No, that is huge
No, it's
violation
not.
of privacy.
He would then go onto both his YouTube community tab and more importantly his Twitter to post the following. SSSniperWolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform. She literally posted a video of the outside of our house for all 5.6 million followers to see, then deleted it. In what universe do you think that's okay? In what reality do you live in where this behavior is justified? And as 33 million people went on to see this singular tweet, this is where the tension struck an all-new high. This forced Leah to respond with, this creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. Which obviously isn't the case because showing up to someone's house unauthorized and doxing them for millions to see doesn't put her in the right a single bit. Jack replied with, I have no ill intentions. SSSniperWolf, you showed up to our home tonight and filmed it for your 5 million Instagram followers to see. That's called doxing. The quote, harassing you claim I've been doing is documenting recent examples of you stealing creators' content, stealing jokes, and failing to provide transformative commentary. There is no reality where you're in the right here. Talia's next story of accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. He literally posted his address on Google and said, I threatened him and doxed him. Then Jack's final reply on Twitter was, you posted a video tonight of you outside our home for your 5 million followers to see, whilst my wife and I were inside. I can't make it any simpler than that. If that's not doxing, then why did you delete it? By this point, basically every creator had noticed the drama, even to the point where Boogie2988 wrote, "I can help with a security detail." The following day, Jack's Films would post, "SSSniperWolf came to our home last night. It's time for YouTube to step in."
Last night, SniperWolf, a massive YouTuber, showed up outside of our home, recorded a video of our home, and then posted it to her 5.6 million Instagram followers, goading me with the line, "Let's talk like adults." Mainly, we feel violated. We no longer feel safe in our own home.
With 5 million views and over 500,000 likes, it was clear that everybody was on Jack's side of this situation, and all the comments were supporting Jack's argument to get SSSniperWolf off of the platform. This is so far beyond acceptable, even illegal. The fact that she would endanger someone's privacy and physical safety over content critique is unbelievable. SSSniperWolf is actually delusional. I wish you both the best. The worst part of this whole drama is that up to this point, YouTube had done absolutely nothing about this predicament, and it wasn't until the 20th of October 2023 that Team YouTube posted confirming SSSniperWolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk, harm our community, and the behaviour on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. And only this is when Leah went on to finally apologise, reading, "Let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It's inexcusable. I'm sorry to Jack's Films, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately. Not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflict should be solved." Then, on the 4th of November, JJ Jack's Films would post, "What comes next?" as he went on to say the following.
Hey everyone, long time no chat. These last few weeks have been pretty rough, to say the least. Aaron and I are okay, but we're just in this weird limbo of scared to leave our home and strongly considering moving. So it hasn't been great, but we both want to thank you all for your incredible support during this time. We've read your messages, and I can't begin to tell you just how much we truly appreciate them. So thank you all so much.
It had seemed like this was the end of the drama, but secretly lurking in the background was a whole nother side of Leah that nobody was paying attention to, and this was the fact that she claimed another YouTuber had stolen her complete identity from her, and this YouTuber being Azzyland. Azzy posts similar content as SSSniperWolf, but having only 13 million subscribers makes her seem powerless to when it came to Leah tearing her life apart. A fan had asked if Leah and Azzy were friends, to which Leah replied with, "No, we are not friends, and she has been copying my videos / thumbnail style / the way I talk for years, like she's trying to convince people she's me," clown emoji, and unfortunately, as Leah had the bigger channel at the time, everyone believed her. However, on the 10th of November 2023, Nerd City posted a conversation he had with Azzyland where the title read, "SSSniperWolf stole her life," and this video discovers the real truth about what's been happening all this time, and what Azzyland revealed is pretty scary as to how far Leah had gone to make sure she had full control over Azzy. She then stated,
and then it turned into taking every idea did well, but because they had more following than me, their video would just get more views, and so people would see their video first and then assume that their video was first.
And by the end of the video, Azzy had explained basically every last drop of detail possible, and now that it's hit daylight, many more fans had turned against SSSniperWolf. Azzyland commenting, "To everyone, your support means the absolute world to me. It's been challenging holding all of this in for so long. You all have my endless appreciation for showing this video support. Massive thank you to Nerd City for helping me find the courage to finally share my truth." And this leaves us to where we are today. SSSniperWolf is currently still demonetized and is making no money from her videos, while the like to dislike ratio on literally every video is absolutely absurd, and with the comments turned off on all of her recent posts, There is absolutely no chance of her ever coming back from this monstrosity of a lie.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. If you're a broke boy, just say so. If you're a broke boy, just say so.
If you're a broke boy, just say so. 8 words in 2 seconds that has decimated her online presence, and it's all over a single bag of cookies. Pokimane unexpectedly ruining any chance of a successful product launch with one single sentence could be classified as one of the dumbest mistakes any content creator has ever made, and this is the walkthrough of how the whole situation happened. On the 14th of November 2023, Pokimane would tweet, "It's finally here, introducing my new company, Minor Snacks. I could never find the perfect healthy snack that tasted good, so I made one for us. The Midnight Mini Cookies are made with real, no genetically modified organism ingredients and added vitamin D." This post was made at 4 AM in the morning, but only a small 8.5 hours later, Drama Alert would post, "Pokimane is currently being called out for allegedly rebranding a cookie company into her own and selling them for 3 times the price," with an image showing both the cookies side by side. One being Miner's Midnight Mini Cookies, and the other being Totesi's Midnight Mini Cookies. And just with a quick glance, this is where the controversy started. It was clear that they both looked identical, but they had to check the ingredient list to be certain. On the left is Pokimane's cookies, and the right is Totesi's. Pokimane's cookie ingredients are identical to a more affordable product you can buy at any Costco called Totesi Midnight Minis. She is selling her clone cookies for more than twice the price, and when the only difference is 3 millionths of a gram of vitamin D, I'm not too sure that's coming up with something entirely new. Lol, isn't this illegal to do? No, it's just scummy. But you're probably left wondering why the price is so high, and your first assumption would be that there's more product in each packet, and even others thought the same thing. But with the weight difference being Pokimane's $7 for a 113 gram bag, and Totesi's being $10 for a 397 gram bag, that completely throws the idea out the window. But regardless of the price, Pokimane would then go onto stream talking about the cookies, where one fan would complain about the price being $28 for 4 bags, and this is what she had to say.
Like, oh my god, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
This clip will end up going so viral that even Penguin Zero made an entire 10-minute video based off the one clip, where he absolutely went to town on every possible aspect that is wrong with what she just said.
But watching the clip, it seems like she's legitimately upset and actually just calling people that don't want to pay for it or can't afford it broke. That's an elite gamer move. So it doesn't really seem like she was doing this as some kind of like side-splitting comedy bit about like broke boy, haha, you know, just kidding, I actually love my fans. She does giggle about it afterwards, but it feels more like condescending. It's just a really shitty thing to say. I have no doubt her manager and her whole team saw this clip and just together took off their hat, stood up, hands on their hips, and they're like, you know what? It was a good try. Hey, we gave it our best whirl. Like, they had to have seen this, and then immediately, like, the office went up in flames.
I would still not pay $7 for a bag of cookies, even if I was Elon Musk. 38,000 likes. It genuinely makes my blood boil when someone living damn near everyone's dream job is ungrateful for her fans and the support they give her. I mean, they are the reason she has the wild amount of money she does, and if she can't see that and appreciate them, then she doesn't deserve to keep this job. It's mind-boggling that she even has an audience to begin with. But one comment in particular stood out, which read, "How this girl changed her opinion on people that have financial problems in 3 years is insane." And after an immense amount of digging, I was able to find this clip of Invader V shaming people for not subscribing back in 2020.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have. That's really the thing. because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution. If it cost $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money. $20 is you can get a full meal for $20. And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is. But a sub is $5. At maximum, in whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track.
Pokimane would then comment, if $5 is an irrelevant amount of money, then she shouldn't need the $5 from your subscription. Not to mention that a ton of people watch streams after a day of hard work or while being broke college students, or a multitude of other situations where they need to be more frugal. Get these shitty takes off my timeline and off my streaming platform, which, when compared to how she's acting today, is one of the most hypocritical things she's ever said. Pokimane will eventually follow up with a tweet that said, while what I said was 100% intended to be a joke, I see why it came off as insensitive and I apologize for that. I also understand the current price of the cookies may be expensive for some, and promise we'll continue to consider pricing to keep Manga as affordable as possible. I also want to clarify that this was said towards one rude chagger. I did not at all intend it to be a general statement or towards my community, to which the community didn't find this apologetic at all. Content creators when getting called out for something they said, it was just a joke. Pokimane's simp cookies. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Talking about a business you are trying to advertise to people, whether one rude chatter is talking to you or not, should be something you should never answer as a joke towards. Always take that responsibility of being professional, because if you so much as saw the wrong thing, that's on you, and do not try to blame it on another person, because no matter who it was that was talking to you, you are the voice of the company, and seeing you coming it off like that in such an unprofessional manner, I do not want anything to do with how unprofessional and disrespectful your statement was. But since then, nothing else has been released to the public. Brutally Honest Life Update was posted the same day the cookies were released, but has been disliked bombed by over 300%, with majority of the comments still making fun of the product, the number of subscribers gradually falling. Happy for you. A brutally honest, long ad update. Lol dude, they sell midnight mini cookies at Costco for $9.99. You paid 3 times the price. And showing that she is losing over 300 subscribers on YouTube daily and a loss of 14,000 followers on Twitter in the last month, the future for Pokimane is looking anything but bright. With nearly 3 million subscribers and tens of millions of views on each and every video, it was no surprise that Click was quickly becoming one of the most recognizable groups on the entire of YouTube. Racking up 33 million views in a single month and matching that with nearly 300,000 subscribers, it seemed like they were only going to continue growing so rapidly. But all of a sudden, a complete disappearance says otherwise. With no post in nearly 4 years, Click had one of the hardest drop-offs in YouTube history, and this video covers exactly what happened. On the 5th of September 2018, the Click Twitter account would post a coming soon leak teasing who would be joining the clan, where every day a new member would release. Starting off with Muselk, followed by Loserfruit, Cray, Bazagaza, Prestige Clips or Marcus, Lachlan, who never actually officially joined, and finally Laserbeam. However, teasing Laserbeam last solemnly because he's the biggest creator could have been the exact reason as to why Click died off. 2 days after, they would announce their official partnership with NRG, who was already a well-established organization by then, so it was clear that they had big plans for the house. In the house tour video, Muselk exclaims that the house is a whopping 5 stories tall, as well as it being both the biggest and most expensive in the entirety of Sydney.
Welcome to the Click House. I'm going to be showing you the entire house that we all moved into. Now, right off the bat, this place is 5 stories tall, and that's exactly why we've got an elevator over there, because most of us are incredibly lazy. And I mean, going up and down 5 flights of stairs is going to be the hardest thing that we do all day.
Amassing 4 million views on the first video showed Musalk that there was clearly an audience that was ready to watch Click and were excited to see what was to come. With the next few videos gaining 13 million, 10 million, and 16 million views, it didn't come to surprise to anyone that after only posting 9 videos, they had ticked over the 1 million subscriber mark. This was a massive accomplishment in itself, but after posting videos such as 2 Truths and a Lie Challenge and Click Answers the web's most searched questions, reaching 2 million subscribers only 6 months after might have been even greater. The group continued to skyrocket in views for the entire year, but out of the blue on October 16th, 2019, Marcus would post, "I'm leaving Click. The main reason being is I need to focus on myself and my own stuff. I want to try some new things." Everyone was unsure how this would impact the house, but luckily everything stayed the same, and even Tanner, who was Laserbeam's sister, would end up joining the house too. As March of 2020 rolled around, the group announced 2 new members, being Fresh and Mully, as well as exaggerating their $20 million new office. But this was at the exact same time that Laserbeam struck a deal with YouTube themselves to stream exclusively on YouTube each week, which meant that he ultimately didn't have as much time to film with the Click crew for real life videos and challenges. Keep in mind that this was the time that the whole world was in lockdown, which allocated even less time to film videos, and also the fact that there were now 2 separate places that the Click crew lived at. The Click house containing Loserfruit, Cray and Bazza, whilst the Click office housed Laserbeam, Musalk and Fresh. Now, just by stating this out loud, this obviously can't work. The house and the office weren't too far apart, but it was sometimes just too inconvenient or near impossible to get every member to film together at the same time, so instead, Musalk, Fresh and Laserbeam recorded majority of the content and live streams for a while because they had the managers and other workers there too. This made Loserfruit, Cray and Bazza appear much less in videos and becoming somewhat quote irrelevant for a little while, to the point where Loserfruit herself commented, "We felt on the outs and that's definitely part of the reason the Click house ended. It's just the office and the people became more important than we were in the house." Loserfruit also mentioned that it didn't feel the same because the leader of Click, who was Musalk, didn't move into the house as he was focused too much on the office and making sure everything went right. So she felt like she wasn't even a part of Click at this point. NRG had also separated with Click, so they had to rely on their own income, and with such a big house and bills to pay, it wasn't easy for them, which added another layer of stress to all the members in the office. This got to the point where everybody became frustrated and fed up with Musalk's decision to buy the biggest house in Sydney because their paychecks were going into this office that wasn't even being paid off enough each month. And with Laserbeam's deal to exclusively stream to YouTube each week, this further impacted his ability to record videos. Also taking into consideration the fact that 6 of the 9 most popular videos have Laserbeam as the sole focus, it's easy to figure out that a good chunk of the viewers were all just there to see Laserbeam, and with no Laserbeam in the videos, it resulted in no clicks. Even Cray and Loserfruit confirmed this on an episode of the All In podcast.
He took a longer break off and planned it better, but yeah, no, Landon wasn't going to be in the videos anymore anyway, and he's 90% of our audience, so you know. Yeah.
However, as the group had pretty much died off after not posting for that full year, some fans had speculations as to what was actually going on behind the scenes. It was clear that everyone was still friends as they were all hanging out and making content with each other on everybody's separate channels, that is, except for Musalk. Many fans thought that after Musalk had poorly directed Click into an inevitable downfall, that his friends from Click stopped liking him as much, and also the fact that Musalk and his girlfriend Liv had broken up. Liv would then go on to post, Before the love isn't real comments, it's important to note that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself and another person is to let go in order to continue to grow as an individual. And that's what me and Muselk have come to realize is best for us right now. We remain great friends, but this tweet has since been deleted because of fan comments stating that Liv joined sides with Loserfruit and all her friends, which is why they don't talk to Muselk anymore, leaving him all by himself. But none of this has been publicly released, so it's anybody's best guess as to what could happen next. Airrack's 30-day challenge is completely fake, and this is going to debunk every single video so far throughout the series. With the sole purpose to travel around the world in 30 days and upload a video during each of those days, it may come to surprise that these videos are actually months old, and it's the way that Airrack plays it off as if it's day after day that tricks you so well. The first 6 days were combined with the theme of crossing Europe in a perfectly straight line, and day 1 being Ireland. Literally not even 3 minutes into the whole 30-day series, Airrack already exposes himself as the reason to Dublin being so busy on this one particular day is the parade that he mentions.
There's some kind of parade happening. All the roads around here are closed down. This is not something I anticipated, but we might have to jump out. The streets are absolutely packed with people.
But this isn't any parade. It's in fact the Dublin National Services Parade that ran from 12 PM to 5 PM on September 2nd. On episode 2, Crossing the UK, Airrack claims that this has been months in the making, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Oh, this has been months in the making to make this entire thing possible. It is such a crazy payoff to actually do it.
Episode 3, Airrack wakes up in Brighton, and when naming the countries he still has to go to, at exactly a minute 44 into the video, he accidentally shows his watch a bit too clearly to the camera, and when you zoom in, you can read that the date is September 12th, which means that there's already been 10 days that have passed since the first upload, which busts these 2 videos for being filmed accurately within the 30-day challenge. The same can be said about crossing Switzerland on day 4, when his 3 goals of the video:
we're gonna collect food, we're gonna bring it to this campsite, and I'm gonna take a bite of Swiss cheese in Switzerland.
And whilst cooking dinner, either the packaging happened to be wrong on the meat, or it actually expires on the 18th of September. And I'm no genius, but I'm pretty certain that eating 3-month-old meat wouldn't be the most appetizing either. Now, seeing that Airrack wasn't in the hospital for eating 3-month-old meat in episode 5 or 6, it's pretty safe to assume that this was filmed back in September as well. Day 7. I survived overnight in Shrek's swamp was the first video that didn't worry about being filmed in a straight line, and I think this is because of the fact that this was filmed alongside with Ryan Trahan.
Greetings from your favorite donkey. I'm at Shrek's swamp keeping an eye on things while my ogre bestie is away.
Interesting. Sounds like donkey's somewhere around here. Donkey!
Donkey!
So they didn't have the capabilities to continue the straight line series. However, after realizing that Ryan posted his version of the video too, you notice that his video was posted back in October, and as they're both wearing the exact same clothes, it's safe to assume that this was the same footage, confirming this video was filmed prior. Now, to give credit where credit is due, at the very start of the video, he mentions that he nearly missed today's upload, so he had an emergency backup video that he filmed just in case he couldn't get one out on the day.
What's up, guys? I cannot tell you where I am right now. I just wanted to update you guys. I just finished a 13-hour flight. We almost missed our upload window, and I have a few videos in this series saved for moments like this. Obviously, some of the videos in this series are not filmed completely live. These videos take so much time and effort to pre-produce. So luckily, I shot this video right before we shot the series in case of a moment like this.
But after stating that only a few aren't filmed live, so he has more spare videos, only bringing this up on day 7 makes us believe that every video so far has been legit, when that just isn't the case. Now, seeing that day 7 was a backup, we have to connect day 6 to day 8, which is, I bought the most expensive plane ticket. After finishing crossing Italy in day 6, we can presume that day 8 would start at the end of Italy. But after filming the insides of the plane, Airrack accidentally shows where the flight is going, and it says from Houston to Dubai.
Single seat is like its own.
Now, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Houston is in fact not in Italy, so this busts episode 8 as well, as it can't be in chronological order with episode 6. I Survived the World's Largest Water Park gets busted within 2 seconds of the video even starting.
We have traveled 3,900 miles.
And on episode 10, after testing the world's most expensive hotel, once he followed the private butler to their $3,000 per night hotel room, then after ordering a PlayStation and a jacuzzi, Airrack shows the TV, which unluckily for him is playing a breaking news segment, which when looked up, the first result is back in November 22nd, confirming this video to be pre-recorded as well. So far, Airrack is 1/3 of the way through the 30-day challenge, and literally every single video has been pre-recorded, which kinda defeats the purpose when at the very start he said this.
Starting December 1st, I'm gonna be traveling around the entire globe, uploading 30 videos in 30 days to make the most of every second that we have left. I'm gonna be circling the globe over the next 30 days, ending in New York City on New Year's Eve. You guys are invited. But if I miss a day, my channel and all of my videos get deleted forever.
And wanted to make that very clear too. Jumping on to episode 11 and 12, when Airrack is now in Australia, at the very start of the video he states,
I just traveled 6,400 miles, 3 flights, over 30 hours of flying, all to get to this exact location. We're in a town called Cooper Pedy in Australia!
And yeah, 30 hours of flying doesn't specifically work within a 24-hour time frame to post that video, which already busts the first Australia video. And then when you go to episode 12, where Airrack is in Kangaroo Island, whilst Tyler is simultaneously spending the night in a $1 million RV, when you go over to Tyler's Instagram page and check the photos he's been tagged in, this exact one with the same RV appears, which has the post date of November 27th. Then, after bringing 50 competitive eaters to a buffet, with a quick glance in the description, Airrack makes the mistake of tagging a good chunk of the eaters, and it wasn't long before one of them would post a video about their experience, and that just happened to be on the 19th of November, still 11 days before the challenge was even meant to start. So not only was this recorded before Australia, but before even episode 10, which means Airrack is basically uploading videos at random at this point, with no correlation between the days of filming. Episode 13 was filmed in his hometown.
Now I might live here in Los Angeles, but the journey is not over yet. We have to make it all the way to New York City.
Which defeats the purpose of traveling across the world in 30 days. And on day 15, after stealing America's Got Talent, one contestant actually stood out to me from the rest, and that was McDeezy. And on his community tab, he uploaded a picture with Airrack over a month ago, which yet again means it was most likely filmed before the previous ones. On I Tried the Most Dangerous Alarm Clocks, at the start of the video he shows a thread he found showing the designs, and I managed to actually find the exact same one with the same commenters, and what surprised me is that I assumed the date of these would have been photoshopped to look recent. However, that is how long ago they were actually posted, and they're not also throwaway accounts. These are real people commenting, which means this video could have been filmed on the proper date, which is about time because we are over halfway through the challenge, and this is the first video that has actually been filmed in the 30-day December challenge. To finish things off with, the most recent video as of recording is the worst Uber driver prank, and this is the intro to that video.
If you are seeing this video, something bad happened. Let me clarify, I'm doing a series where I'm going around the world in 30 days, making a brand new video on this channel every single day. Now to stack the odds in my favor, before we started the series, I pre-recorded some videos. Like last week, I uploaded this video that was never gonna be seen by the world of me going to Shrek Swamp. And today I'm gonna show you one of my favorite videos that I did not post, which is the fake Uber prank on my fellow YouTubers.
And with well over 30 days, 120 days to be exact, to get all of these videos out, only time will tell what the rest of the uploads will be. What happens when you mix together a combination of misleading live streams,
snipers everywhere, dude. Yo, timer's up!
manipulating young fans into liking your videos for fake giveaways,
If we get 5 million subscribers in 35 seconds, I will give you guys $200. I'm not even joking, boys. It's a promise I have to keep.
and clickbaiting the life out of every single video you've ever posted. Well, you get the nightmare himself, Lispy Jimmy. Faking a YouTube award for asking for the most likes ever.
You have asked people to like your video more times in the past month than the amount of people that can fill a full mall.
And having a petition to remove him off the platform completely. This is the entirety of Lispy Jimmy's life from start to finish, and jumping to where he first began, you'd never expect him to end up like how he is today. 2012 is where the abomination first started posting GTA 5 money glitches alongside tips and tricks videos, which was nothing out of the ordinary as he would gain anywhere up to 5 subscribers a day. But it wasn't until late November of the same year when Jimmy discovered that creating an over-exaggerated title alongside a bright eye-catching thumbnail would bring in up to 10 times more viewers than he was currently getting. And literally a month later, he had amassed a whopping 100,000 subscribers. And although these new videos helped him to grow his channel, it dug a deep idea into Jimmy's brain that clickbait was a way to quickly grow on YouTube. However, there was no sign of slowing down as Lispy Jimmy continued to push out basically daily GTA 5 uploads, all with the same style of clickbait. And this consisted for a mind-boggling 3 years. By the end of 2016, Lispy Jimmy was gaining hundreds of subscribers an hour, thousands a day, and entered into 2017 with 630,000 subscribers to his name, all through faking his videos and overhyping every little aspect he could possibly think of. But the unavoidable decline of the game he was playing ultimately ended up slowing down the channel's growth. Jimmy had stagnated and the views were worse than he had ever had before. What was there left to do for Lispy Jimmy and his channel? Hyping up his face reveal not 1, not 2, not 3, but on 13 different occasions, amassing 2.1 million views. But shortly after realizing that posting IRL videos just isn't what his fans subscribe for in the first place, he instead opted into switching into a new game, Fortnite. And it seemed like he had struck gold, but it wasn't initially a hit, as his first few videos followed classic YouTube themes, such as spending $500 in Fortnite Battle Royale and new legendary hand cannon gameplay in Fortnite Battle Royale. These videos, however, didn't perform up to Lispy Jimmy's standards, so he instead tried a new tactic for a video, straight up lying. And after watching this video, all Jimmy talked was complete bogus, and he was overall just stating his personal opinion, which is 10 minutes of my life I'll never get back. But with the nature of clickbait, this video received plenty more views than any other Fortnite video he had posted to this date, so it would only make sense to keep lying to his audience. The end of Fortnite, goodbye Fortnite, how to get Fortnite Season 4 Battle Pass for free, she broke up with me over Fortnite, it's all the same pieces of But this is only the tip of the iceberg, because when switching over to the live stream tab, we see a whole other side of Jimmy that nobody saw coming. New Fortnite update out now, new Thanos Infinity Gauntlet gameplay, and only 6 seconds into the live stream, Jimmy is already begging for everybody to like and subscribe for free V-Bucks.
What's up, guys? Lispy Jimmy here. Listen, I know it's late, but right now I want you guys to like this stream right now.
But it doesn't make any sense at all, because you can't even see who has liked your own videos. And besides, I'm sure he is only going to show the new update for like 20 minutes, the stream can't be that long. The first 3 hours of the stream are completely irrelevant, as he's just playing the game before the update and waiting on the home screen. And the worst part is throughout the entire stream, practically every 2 seconds, this is what Jimmy says.
Right now, I want you to like the stream. I'm gonna get this dub just for you guys.
Giving credit where credit is due, this live stream was actually telling the truth, as the update did come out and he showed gameplay of the new features, but this would sadly be one of a kind, as his live streams eventually turned into an exact replica of his videos. New Fortnite update. New solo showdown, win 50,000 V-Bucks, never happened. New Fortnite update, new V-Bucks LTM game mode in Fortnite, never happened. new Fortnite update, Salty Springs destroyed in Fortnite. It literally never happened. Despite every single one of his live streams being a gigantic money-making scheme, it managed to pull his channel out of the grave as he surpassed both 5 and 6 million subscribers. But this would be as famous as he would get, as it was all downhill from here, as Meet My Daughter was uploaded, and Jimmy went on to reveal that he does in fact have a child, and that this video wasn't clickbait. But worse for Jimmy is that this drastically reduced the free time that he has to record videos and live stream to the platform. So instead of the 9-hour live streams that we used to get, Lispy Jimmy went on to live stream the Fortnite item shop every day instead, where the streams would never last any longer than 4 minutes. And alongside the decrease of content Jimmy was producing, generally everyone on YouTube was just getting smarter. They knew that he was a clickbaiter and the things he said weren't true at all, so everyone would skip right past his videos, which is why he began receiving as low as 10,000 views on his streams, then altogether quitting. I have some explaining to do. 10 months ago, you would go into this video expecting some sort of apology, but you couldn't be more wrong. The video is 2 minutes long, where his 2 girls open Christmas presents, and then at the end, he asks for you guys to drop a like on the video.
Follow Brad. Drop a like on this YouTube video.
With a like to dislike ratio of over 300%, Lispy Jimmy ended up commenting, "For you guys wondering where I've been with my family, being an amazing father to my beautiful little girls this past year. I love you guys and I hope you have an amazing Christmas and happy holidays. You'll see more soon from me, I promise." But with a quick glance, he hasn't posted a video since, and only this week did he stream the new OG Fortnite season, but in fact he did nothing more than sit on the loading screen for the entire hour. So do what you will with that knowledge. The obvious outcome from this situation is that clickbait works for short-term relevancy, but in the long run it will only come back to haunt you. But the final question, where is Lispy Jimmy today? Well, he has comfortably turned himself into a TikTok streamer instead, where he can be found smashing his penis into the microphone in a desperate last attempt for views.